Here, question number 4. The weight in grams of beans in a tin is normally distributed with mean mu and the standard deviation 7.8. Given that 10% of tins contain less than 200 grams and find the value of mu, the percentage of tins that contain more than 225 grams of beans. In last week, we started the normal distribution. It's a one kind of a probability distribution. Okay? Then in here, first we identify what is the variable in here. Then normally random variable. In the probability lesson we study. Here, variable is weight. Weight is a variable. Then it is distributed normally. Normal distribution is a probability distribution of the continuous variable. Continuous means we cannot get the every time the specific value. Weight, height, those things. Then, in the normal distribution, then in the normal distribution, there are two parameters, mean value and the variance. Okay, mean is known average value, variance is the measure of dispersion. Then in here says, given that 10% of tins contain less than 200 grams, in this question is missing the mu value. Mu value is not known in here. Then we need to find out what is the value of mu. The question is given the probability value, 10%, less than the 200 grams. Okay, then this is. Then question says, probability of x is less than to the 200 is equal to 10%. It means 0.1. Okay? This is the statement in here. Less than 200 grams and the standard deviation is 7.8. Okay, then we can say, first we need to define what is the x, what is the variable in here. Then we can say, weight is the variable. Then x, normally distributed with mean mu and the variance. Okay, then the mu is not given in the question, but the standard deviation is 7.8. Then here we need to write the variance. Variance is the squared value of the standard deviation. Okay. Then we can draw the normal curve. This line we called as x. It is like a number line. Middle point represents the mu. That is the value of mu. Middle point represent the central tendency measurements. Then here says less than the 200 is 10%. Then we find out where is the 200 on this number line. Where? Because the 200 okay, then the point is that we do not know the middle point. Now, mu value is we do not know. Then we cannot directly identify where is the 200. මෙතන value එක අපි දන්නව නම් කොහෙද කියලා හොයන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. Then we looking at 200, less than the 200 is 10%. Then the area under this curve represents the total problem. It means 1. Area under this curve is equal to 1. Then what part is 0.5. Okay, 0.5. Then here 0.10, less than the 200 is 10%, 0.1. Less than side is this one. Then we move into 10%. Up to that point, 50%. 10% is less than to that. It means we can note down in any way 200. Then less than side. Less than the 200 is 10%. This probability value is 0.1. Okay. Then we need to get the Z line. It means we cannot calculate the probability value using this X value. Therefore, we convert this X value to the Z. It means we standardize it. Okay, then this is the normal curve. Then we standardize it. It means standard normal distribution. අපි දීලා තියෙන information standardized curve. Okay, then we convert the Z value. In the Z curve, always mu value is 0. Mu එක හැමතිස්සෙම Z line එක 0. Okay. Then other than that, we need to find out what is the Z value of 200. Yeah, then there is a formula Z equal X minus mu divided by standard deviation. Here we take the standard deviation. Parameter is the variance. Okay. The next value is 200. We do not know the mu value. Standard deviation is 7.8. Then two values are missing in here, Z and mu. Okay, then we cannot simplify it. Therefore, then using the probability value, we can find out the here Z value. Okay, then we using the Z distribution. This table we called as Z table. This table, with inside of this table represent the probability value. These are the Z values. Okay, then question is given the probability value is 0.1. Okay, then in this question we have this kind of line. Then the less than the 200 is 0.1. Okay. But this table always gives the probability value 0 to particularly Z value. In here, this one says probability of this value to this value. මේ area එක තමයි අපිට දෙන්නේ මේ table. Okay, then 0.1 is there. Then what is the area of this? 0.4. Then this is the half of it now. Then the total is 1, then half is 0.5, then the 0.5 deduct, then 0.4. Then we need to find out where is the 0.400. It's clear. Then we search it. Then where is the? Then we looking at 4000. There is no any exact value, but here 0.3997 and 4050. 15. Two values are there. In between this value is there. Okay, then which one we can choose? We can select. Nearest one. Then which one is the most nearest to this value? How the lucky mean it? 0.3997. Then we find out what is the Z value here. Then here 1.2. Then here 8. Then what is the Z value? 1.28. It's clear? 1.28. Then here we can write the Z value is 1.28. Then other thing is, this is the left hand side of the 0. The sign is what? Minus or positive? Minus. 0 is there, no? The number line left side, right side of the 0. Then here, our side, left hand side, then these are the negative ones. Then we put here minus. Then Z value is minus 1.28. Okay. I uploaded this element against that. Okay. Then you can simplify it. Then you can calculate what is the new value. Then try it. What is the new value? Mu is 209.984. The next question asks what? Then first one is okay. Then mu value is 209.984. Okay. The next one asks the percentage of beans that contain more than 225 grams of beans. Now we already know what is the mu value. Okay, the mu value is now known. Then we calculate the percentage of beans that contain more than 225 grams of beans. Okay. Then here, now question asks find out the percentage. Then before that we need to find out the probability. X value is at more than 225. More than 225. Okay. Then when we draw the curve, middle point is mu. Okay. Then now we know the value. Then we can write in here. 209.984. This is the number. Okay. Then 225 is greater than this value. Then we can write in here 225 greater than it. Then we mark this area. Here is greater than 225. Okay. Then we need to convert those values to the Z. Mu value is 0. Then we need to convert this 225 to the Z value. And then how we convert it? X minus mu divided by standard deviation. X is 225. Mu is 209.984 divided by standard deviation is 7.8. .93. Z value is 1.93. Now we got the positive value. Why? The Z value is right hand side of the zero. Then 1.9. And then we using the Z table, then we can find out the probability 1.93. Then 1.93. Here 1.9. 1.9. Here we need to select 3. Okay. Then 1.9. Then this is the probability value. Sorry. This one. 0.473. Then here we need to remember then the 0.4732. Probability we got 0.4732. This is the probability value. It gives 0 to 1.93. Understood? Always whichever gives the value 0 to particular set. Now we found the 1.93. Then the probability value is the area of the 0 to 1.9. Means 0 to 1.93. It means this area. It's clear? Area is the then here 0.473. Yeah, then but the question asks to find out this area. Okay, then how we find it? How we get the value of this area? 0.5 minus 0.4732. Therefore, probability is 0.0268. 0.0268. Then question asks not the probability percentage value. Okay, how we convert this probability value to the percentage value? Exit. Okay, then how we convert the probability value to the percentage value? Multiply by 100. Then 0.0268 into 100. The percentage wise 2.68 is the answer. Then we move into the next one. Now this part is okay. Okay, then answer is 2.68%. The machine settings are adjusted so that the weight in grams of bean is tin in a tin is normally distributed with mean 205 standard deviation is we do not. Previously mean value is 209.984. Okay, then after the adjustment, then what happened? Mu value is decreased. Now mu value is 205. Increase. Okay, then the question is not given the standard deviation. Okay, then after the adjustment, standard deviation also changes. Okay. Given that 98% of things contain between 200 and 210, find the value of sigma. Question asks to find out what is the standard deviation after the adjustment. It's there. Now we know the mu value. Okay, then the other point is given 98% of things contain between 200 and 210. It's there. Then we move into the okay. Then question says P value is between 200 and 210 is equal to 0.98. This is question says. Yeah, between 200 and 210 is 98%. Then we can draw the normal curve. Middle point is mu value. Then question says mu mean value is 205. No any issue. Okay. Then other two ranges 200 and 210. 200 and 210. In between them, then it means the same. It's clear? Okay, then between 200 and 210 is 98%. Then 98% is this area, total area in here. Then we look in at the gap between these two and these two. 200 to 205 gap is 1. 205 to 210 gap is 1. Then it means what is the area of one part? 0.49. Why? The total is 9 names. Okay, then these two parts are equal. Why? The gap is 5, gap is 5. 205 is the middle point in between 200 and 210. මේ 200යි 210යි අතර හරිය නැත නේද 205 කියන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ දෙපැත්ත තියෙන කොටස් දෙක areas දෙක equal. Understood? The total is 9 names. Then one part is 0.49. Then other part also 0.49. Altogether 98%. It's clear? Understood? Then we know the probability value. Using the probability value, we can find out the two Z values. Now we know the probability. Then we use in the Z table. We looking at where is the 0.49. Where is it? There is no any exact 4900. There is a 4898 and 4901. 4900 is not there, but two values are there. Then which one we selected? 490. Then here the 2.3. Then this line. Then Z value is 2.33. Then we write here side minus 2.33. Then here plus 2.33. Minus value and the plus value. It's there. Here minus, here plus. Then question asks find out the standard deviation. The standard deviation we using here when we calculate the Z value. We Z calculate the standard deviation use that. Then we move into the Z formula. X minus mu divided by standard deviation. Then here two Z values. Then we select one. There are two Z values. Only we can select one. Okay. Then we selected plus value. Plus 2.33. Then here, what is his X value? 210. Okay. Then minus mu is 205. Then divided by standard deviation. By standard deviation is we do not know. Okay. Then we simplify it and find the answer. Normally you take the answer the 4 decimal places. 2.145 is the standard deviation in here. After the adjustment, standard deviation is 2.145. Before that 1.78. Then after that it is. Question number 4 in the final exam paper is from the normal distribution. Then question number 4. Okay, you will practice all the questions in the worksheet. Okay, then you can easily write the answer for the question number 4. Okay. That is the worksheet, but how worksheet upload karana. Then you will practice it. Then you can easily get the 20 out of 20 in the question number 4. Okay. Okay. Then we move into the new lesson. Okay.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Miss. Can you hear me? Hello.
Another thing is I uploaded the assignment number 1 to the LMS. Okay. Then the deadline is 30th January. Okay. Midnight. To do that and we scan the document and upload it. And then it consists 2 questions. First one is from the first lesson summary measures. Second question is from the probability test. Not the probability, normal distribution. Okay, then 2 questions are there. Then you need to write the answer and scan it. Then upload your answer to the LMS. Assignment number 1. Then second assignment I will give from the correlation and regression analysis. After this lesson I will upload it. Pass the message to them. You are the coordinator. New session is the correlation and the regression analysis. Here we discuss 2 techniques, correlation and the regression. These 2 techniques we will discuss in this lesson. Okay? We move into the first. In this lesson, it consists 2 concepts, correlation analysis and the regression analysis. Okay? Correlation and the regression. These 2 techniques we use to study the relationship between variables, 2 or more variables. It's clear? Okay, then already you know what is the variable. Okay, then in this lesson we identify what are dependent variables and the independent variables. Normally when we find out the relationship, then we considering about what is the dependent variable in here, what is the independent variable in. Okay, it means predictor is the independent one, predictor is the independent one. By using the independent variable, we can find the value of the unknown dependent variable. Independent variable එක use කරලා අපිට dependent variable එකේ value එක කොච්චරයිද කියලා හොයන්න. Therefore, we say independent one is a predictor, dependent is a predicted one. Independent එක use කරන්නේ independent එක හොයන්න. ඒතර independent එක තමයි predictor. එයාව තමයි use කරන්නේ predict කරන්න. Predictor එක estimated value එක dependent. Okay? Then in here, the regression and the correlation are 2 techniques we use to study the relationship between 2 or more variables. It's here. Then here, move into the 1 by 1. First, we move into the correlation analysis. Correlation analysis. Then using the correlation analysis, we can find out the strength of the linear relationship. The other thing is, in here, only we study the linear relationship, not the relations. Find out the linear relationship. එතනදී අපි කරන්නේ රේඛීය සම්බන්ධයක් ගැන linear relationship. Sometimes there is a relationship, but there is no any linear relationship. Variables දෙක අතර මොන හරි relationship එකක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ඒක linear වෙන්නේ නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Clear? Under the correlation analysis, only we are studying the linear relationship. Clear? It means correlation. There is a word no correlation. The meaning is linear relationship. මේ correlation කියන වචනේ meaning එක තමයි linear relationship. It's clear? And then using the correlation analysis, we can find out strength of the linear relationship. Strength, power. And then there is a linear relationship. Under the correlation analysis, we can find out the power of the relationship. Then it is a strong one, it is a weak, or if there is no correlation, the power. It's a perfect one, we find. The relationship to the perfect එකක්ද strong එකක්ද weak එකක්ද කියලා කරන්නේ correlation analysis. Yeah, then first we move into the correlation analysis. Yeah. Then correlation and the regression analysis, two statistical techniques we can use to study the relationship. Yeah, then these are the numerical techniques now. Then assume when we need to identify, when we need to get some rough idea about the relationship. Yeah, then we can use this scatter plot diagram to them. අපිට නිකන් roughly idea එකක් ගන්න ඕනි නම් අපිට scatter plot diagram එකෙන් මේක identify කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Yeah, the scatter plot diagram is a visual representation of the relationship between two variables. In here, in this scatter plot diagram, have the two axes of x and y. Therefore, using this scatter plot diagram, you can identify only relationship between two variables. Other than that, we need to draw the 3D diagram. ඊට වඩා වැඩිපුර අපිට 3D plot එකකට තමයි යන්නේ. Therefore, using this scatter plot diagram, we can find out the relationship between two variables. Remember those things. It's here, it means one independent and one dependent. We take the example sales and advertising expense. Advertising expense is independent one, sales is a dependent. Only two variables are there. If we can plot it, then we can identify what kind of linear relationship is there. Roughly we can say. Not the exact one, we can roughly see. It is there. Then someone asks how we identify the relationship between two variables visually. Then we can say it's a scatter plot diagram. It's there. Okay. Then we looking at this example. Two variables are there, advertising and the item sold. Item sold is sales now. Item sold. Okay, then here first thing is we need to identify what is independent, what is a dependent. Why? The lesson number 3 or 4 we studied how we name the axis. Normally x-axis represent the independent one, y-axis represent the dependent one. Okay, then these things you need to memorize. Okay, then here advertising is the independent one. It means it represents the x-axis. It's there. Advertising is an independent x-axis. Okay, then the item sold is a dependent one. Why? Based on the advertising expenditure, number of items sold is changed according to the advertising expense. Therefore, item sold is the dependent one. It's there. It display on the y-axis. Understood? Then we take one by one. First point is 45 and 50. Then we check with here 45. And here 50. Then we put in here dot. Understood? Pairwise again we dot here we check. Then next one 55 to 25. Then we identify 50 by here. Then 25 in here. Then we put the dot. It's here. Therefore we say scatter plot. Scatter means this point. Point. It's there, then scatter, plot, diagram. Plot करना के नाम क्या बिना and then scatter plot diagram. Now that is the way scatter plot diagram is. Scatter plot එකක් කියන්නේ තමයි point එක. Scatter කියන්නේ මෙම spread වෙලා තියෙන. Sorry. Scatter plot diagram. Scatter means the spread නෝ මෙහෙම විසිරලානේ තියෙන්නේ. Plot අපි මෙහෙම dot තියෙන්නේ. Clear? Scatter plot diagram. We see it each side. Scatter plot diagram. Okay. It's clear, no? Then already you know independent and the dependent variable. Okay, then the independent one is the predictor one, dependent is predicted one. Okay, using the independent variable, then we can predict or estimate the value of the dependent variable. Independent variable එකේ value එක use කරලා අපිට dependent variable එකේ value එක predict කරන්න පුළුවන්. Estimate කරන්න. Understood? Then we move into the first technique, correlation analysis. We can use the correlation analysis using the standard plot diagram and the numerically measure. Numerically measure කරන්න පුළුවන් standard plot diagram එකේ ගන්න. It's there. Then correlation means what? Linear relationship. Correlation means linear relationship. Using the correlation analysis, we can identify the strength of the relationship between two variables. In here also, we can take only two variables, one independent and one dependent. It's clear? After the relationship, we can balance the it's clear? One independent and one dependent. Okay. Then there is a numerical measurement. That measurement we called as coefficient of correlation. Coefficient value. Coefficient means සම්පූර්ණ අපි මොනවා හරි numerical value එකක් ගන්නවා මේ correlation එක represent කරනවා. Coefficient of the correlation. It is the numerical measurement of correlation analysis. Correlation analysis එකේ ගන්න අපි numerical value එකට කියන්නේ coefficient of correlation. Understood? Coefficient of correlation. Coefficient means numerical measurement. It's clear? And then we move it one by one. Then before calculate the correlation coefficient, then we identify what are the different types of linear relationships. Okay, then mainly we can identify that relationship is a positive or negative one. In the economic subject, normally you study the demand, then the quantity demanded and the price, there is a negative relationship. To study it now, then the supply, the quantity supplied and the price have a positive relationship. Same as in here. Then we can identify positive or negative. Then other way we can say direct or inverse. Positive we can say direct, negative is inverse. Okay. The next one is no linear relationship. Sometimes we cannot identify there is a linear relationship. Something consists the linear relationship, but it does not be linear relationship. Some other variables they have the relationship and linear. It's clear. There is a meaning is that is change in x do not seem to have any effect on the variable of y. Means x is independent one, y is the dependent one. Then change in the independent variable, but it does not affect into the dependent one. Independent එක වෙනස් වෙනවා කියන dependent එකට බලපෑම it's here, then it means no linear relationship. Okay, then these two okay, then positive means both x and y increasing. Then x value is increasing, y value also increasing. X increasing when y value also increasing. Both sides. So same side, same direction is there. Negative one, if increasing in x, then what happened to the y? Decreasing. Okay, then these two variables go to the different direction. opposite direction. It's clear? Then we identify weak or strong positive pulse. Then we discuss one by one, okay? Then here we can identify. Looking at these 5 graphs, there are 5 scatter plot diagrams. Then looking at the first one, all the plots are in the increasing. Upward trend is there. It means there is a positive. Relationship type is the positive one. Then in the correlation analysis, we identify the strength of the linear relationship. Strength and power. Then looking at that, when we draw the straight line, okay, then all the scatters on the same straight line, all the plots on the same straight line, we call as perfect relationship. Clear? අපි අන්තිමට plots එක ඔක්කොම එක straight line එකක් මැදට ගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒ දෙන්නගේ අතර තියෙන linear relationship එක කොහොමද? Understood? It's clear? Okay? Then there is a positive. Then we can say perfect positive correlation. Or perfect positive linear relationship. It's clear? Then perfect one is okay. The next one is looking at this one. Then here perfect negative. This one. There is a downward trend negative. Then all the scatters on the same straight line. It's clear? Then looking at this one. Then what happens? In the third one, all the scatters are not on the same straight line. Straight line. But most of the scatters on the same straight line. Have scatters plots straight line. Not all, but most. Therefore, we can say there is a negative correlation. The strength is the strong one, not the perfect one. The perfect one have a strong. It's clear. Then looking at the next one here. Then what happened? This one. Here, what happened? Least number of scatters on the same straight line. අඩුම ප්‍රමාණයක් තියෙන straight line එක තමයි. It's there. Then these two are, there is a big difference. Then there is a most of the scatters on the same straight line here. Least number. Okay, then there is a downward trend. Therefore, we can say negative relationship. Then here, strength is weak. Not the perfect, not the strong. Weak. It's a weak. It's a strong plane is there, perfect plane. It's there. There is a perfect correlation, strong correlation, and the weak. Then other one we can identify. Looking at this one. Then what happens? We cannot identify the increasing rate or decreasing rate in here. It means what? There is no linear relationship. Or we can say zero correlation. It's a linear relationship like that. Correlation is zero. It's there. Okay. Then we can identify perfect, strong, weak, or no correlation. These are the main 4 linear relationship between the two variables. Is there? When you take the scatter plot diagram using the Excel or SPSS or any other statistical software, then now you have the idea how we interpret it. Okay, then roughly we can say what kind of linear relationship is there. We can පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ what වගේ relationship එකක්ද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. It's clear? Then we move into the calculations part. Before that, normally when we do the correlation analysis using the software, statistical software, SPSS, the software, we need to check these assumptions. Okay, there are 3 assumptions underlying the correlation analysis. Okay, then normally when we are doing the manually, we assume these 3 are okay. Then after that, we do the calculation. In the exam also, I will give these assumptions are okay. then you can calculate it. Okay, then one assumption is violated, you cannot run this correlation. It's wrong. Okay, exam I will give these three assumptions out there, then after that you can calculate it. Exam එකට දෙන්නේ manual ඉන්නේ. එතකොට already homework කරන්න පුළුවන්. මම කියන්නේ අපි software එකක් use කරනවා නම් first part we need to check these three. Okay, then first one is x is assumed to be a random variable. X is what? Independent variable. Then we check whether that variable is a random or not. Looking at the variable, then we can identify it is a random variable or not. අපිට variable එකක් දැක්කම කියන්න පුළුවන් මේක random එකක් එකක්ද නැද්ද කියන එක. Then second one is what? Both x and y are normally distributed. Okay, independent and the dependent. Then how we identify? In software there is a separate test we can use to check normality test. Okay, then other way simply we can identify we can check the normality using the histogram. Okay, then when the one variable is normally distributed, it means this kind of one you can get. It's a normal. Then we draw the normal curve in one number. It's okay. It's clear. The normally distributed the histogram will be then we take the independent variable values. Then using the software, we draw the histogram. Then looking at the histogram, then we can identify if it is a normally distributed or not. Then we take another example. Then here. Then what happens? It is not normally distributed. Okay, then in the normal distribution curve, middle point is the highest point. Peak is there. Then both sides, both directions should be equal. Then here is this is not normally distributed. It's here when we take the histogram, then we can identify each variable is normally distributed or not. Other thing is we take two, one for the independent one for the dependent. We need to draw two histograms. Not to draw, then we take. When we do the correlation analysis using the software, we need to take two histograms. We histogram දෙකක් software එකකින් ගන්නවා. One for the independent one for the dependent. දෙකම එකට ගන්න බෑ. Clear? Okay. Then the relationship between the two variables can be described by the straight line. Before running the correlation analysis, we need to check whether there is a linear relationship or not. How we check it? We discuss how we check it. Using the scatter plot diagram. When take the scatter plot diagram, they can identify now. Normally we can identify there is a linear relationship or not. It's there. Okay, then after these three assumptions are okay, then we can run the correlation analysis. It's there. In the examination, no need to check these assumptions, but you need to memorize these 3 points. Okay, in the exam, normally I will ask the theory parts. Then sometimes I can ask, what are the assumptions underlying the correlation analysis? And then you can write it. What is the first point, what is the second point, what is the third point? Easily you can memorize it. X and Y are normally distributed. Okay, then X should be a random variable. Another one is there is a linear relationship. It's clear. Then we move into the calculations. Then this is the very easy method we can find out the correlation coefficient. Okay. Then here in your syllabus you need to find out the correlation coefficient in the quantitative variables. Okay, quantitative variables, not the qualitative one. Therefore, we use Pearson's product movement coefficient of correlation. There is a name, that name is Pearson. By Carl Pearson was introduced this coefficient there. Carl Pearson කියන කෙනා තමයි මේක හොයාගත්තේ. ඒකට නම් දීලා තියෙන්නේ Pearson's correlation coefficient. Is there? Then here Pearson's product movement coefficient of correlation we denoted by simple R. අපි මේක define කරන්නේ simple R. Correlation coefficient we denoted by simple simple R. It's there, not the capital R, simple R. Then here, then R gives the numerical value to the correlation coefficient. අපිට මේ correlation එක කොච්චරද කියන එකට value එකක් දෙන්නේ. That value is in between -1 to +1. මේක යන්නේ ඍණ එකේ ඉඳලා ධන එක වෙනවා. Means the minimum value we can get -1, maximum value we can get +1. In between any number we can. ඍණ එකයි ධන එකයි අතර ඕනම වගේක් අපිට ගන්න. ඒ උත්තරේ එන්න පුළුවන් ආකාරයෙන්. If we get more than +1 or less than to the -1, there is 0. There මොනවාරි ඍණයකට වඩා අඩු උත්තරයක් හරි ධනයකට වඩා වැඩි උත්තරයක් හරි R වෙනකොට ආවා කියන්නේ අපි ගන්න හදලා තියෙන විදිය වැරද්දක්. It was -1 to +1. Clear? Then next we move into the formula. Then before that, we need to interpret it. Then using the formula, we can get the R value. That R value is lies between -1 to +1. Then if the R value, simple R value, is equal to -1. Okay, then you looking at the R value, then first we looking at the sign. It is a minus value or plus value. Then if the sign is minus value, it indicates negative correlation. Negative correlation. If the R value is the positive value, it is there is a positive correlation. It's there. Sign එකෙන් අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් එක negative එකක්ද positive එකක්ද. Then after that we look at the values. Okay, then if the R value is -1 or +1. R value එක ඍණ එක හෝ ධන එක වුණොත් there is a perfect correlation. -1 perfect negative, +1 perfect positive. It's here. Why? -1 is the minimum point in here. That's right, maximum point. The perfect correlation. It's here. Then we take the R value is 0. R එකට බිඳුවයි. Then it means what? No correlation. R එකට බිඳුව ආවා කියන්නේ correlation එකක් නැහැ. There is no linear relationship. Okay. It's there. Then other one is, if the R value is negative value, it is not the -1, but it is nearest to the -1. එක ඍණ එක වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි එක ඍණ එකට ආසන්න. Then we can say it is a strong negative correlation. It is not the -1, but it is nearest one. 0.98, 0.9, okay, 0.89. 0.91. Okay, it's there. Then he also say not the +1, but it is nearest to the +1. We say strong positive correlation. ධන එක නෙමෙයි හැබැයි ධන එකට ආසන්නයි. It's clear? Okay. Then we get the minus 0.5. Minus is a negative 1. 0.5 is a middle point in here. Then we can say moderate negative correlation. Plus 0.5 we can say moderate positive correlation. Moderate 0.5. It is in between 0 to minus 1 or plus 1. Then we can say moderate. It's clear? Then other one is not the 0 but nearest to the 0. බිඳුව නෙමෙයි හැබැයි බිඳුවට ආසන්නයෙන් එනවා. 0.21, 0.19, 0.13. Then what happened? The strength is weak. Weak positive or weak negative. Weak positive or weak negative. It's clear? Now we move into the calculation part. Okay, then first we take the exam. Okay. Then normally in the exam, I will give you all the summary values. What is the sigma and what is the sigma y? I will give you. No need to calculate it. Okay, then in here we will I will explain how we get the sigma and sigma y for your knowledge. Okay, exam we get it. මම ගන්නට simplify කරලා ඔයාලට answers දෙන්න. ඔයාලට R calculate කරන්න විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි මම දැන් explain කරන්න කොහොම දාන්නේ කියන එක explain කරන්න. Okay? Let me take the two values x and y. X is the independent one, y is the dependent one. Okay? Then we take some values. X and yeah. This is the formula, R formula. There is a square root sign here, okay? Sigma xy minus nx bar y bar divided by square root of sigma x squared minus nx bar squared, sigma y squared minus ny bar squared. Okay. Okay. Then I will give these formulas in your exam paper. Okay. Normally attach the formula sheet, but no need to memorize the formula. Okay. Then here, what is the first thing? Sigma x1. Sigma is the total value. X into 1. X y y in the answer total. Then we need to create x into y column in here. X into y. X into y is x value multiplied with the y value. 1 into 2, 2. 2 into 3, 6. 3 into 6, 18. Then here 4. And this is 66. 66. Total value is 66. And put then here 66. It's there. Then here minus n value. N means how many pairs in here? What's the pairs here? Then here 4. 4 pairs are right here. Then we put in here 4. Okay. Then what else? X bar. X bar means what? Mean value of the x. X for a mean value, average value. We take the total of the x column, 10. X value is 10. Okay. Then x bar means what? Average value, 10 divided by 4. 4 pairs are there. Then it means 2%. Here, 2.5, sorry. X bar. It's there. 10 divided by 4, 2.5. Understood? It's there. The next one is y bar. It means what? Average value of y. Y bar means mean value. Then we calculate y bar. Sigma x, sorry, sigma 1. Sigma y. Sigma y divided by a. What is sigma y? Take the total value in here. 21. Then 21 divided by 4. 5.25. Then we put in here 5.25. Okay, then here there is a square root sign and the division sign in here. Okay. Then first bracket, sigma x squared means we create the x squared column. X squared. Then 1, 2 squared 4, 3 squared 9, 4 squared 16. Okay, then the 30. Total is 30. Then we write 30. Okay, then minus n into x bar square. N is 1, then 4 into x bar value is 2.5. Then we write here 2.5 square. X bar square n into x bar square. N is 4, x bar is 2.5 square. Then take the next one. Sigma y squared. Okay. Then we take the y squared column. Y squared. Then 4, 9, 36, 100. 149. Then we here write 149 minus n is 4 into y bar squared. It means here we can write 4 into y bar squared. 5.25 square. Then simplify and write the answer here. What is the R value? Yeah. 0.9. Then what is the sign in here? Positive value. No, then it means positive coordinate. Then we check whether it is nearest to the plus 1. Not the plus 1, but it is nearest to the plus 1. Then what kind of coordination is it? Strong. Not the perfect. Perfect is the 1. No? Then it is nearest to the 1, then we can say strong. Okay, then this is the way we write the answer. Maybe this is the interpretation with the then we write there is strong positive correlation between, then here we do not know the variable name, no? Therefore we can write x and y. If you know the variable name, you need to write the what is the variable name. Here we can write there is a strong positive correlation between the x and y. No need to write, do not write the relationship. Here you use the word correlation or linear relationship. Both are okay. There is a strong positive linear relationship between x and y. So, okay. Now clear? Calculate the arc and interpretation. It's okay. Here we move into the one question. Okay. Then we move into the worksheet. Question number 1. Now you can do part A only. Okay. Then this is the structure in your exam questions. Okay. Then normally I will give the data set. Then I will provide you all the summary values. What is the sigma x, what is the sigma y? No need to calculate. Ready go on to calculate the yeah. Then hurry up, find the R value and write the interpretation. It's by by square. हमने एक तो बेसमेंट 0.9 are ready base 0.996. Can write 9. Okay. Then what kind of relationship is there? Positive value. Then we can write here, there is strong positive correlation between advertising expenditure and the sales. There is a strong positive correlation between advertising expenditure and the sales. Now here, calculation now here and the interpretation is okay. Then we move into the next measurement. Then we move into the next technique, second one, regression analysis. Using the correlation analysis, you can find out the strength of the linear relationship. How strength or is a strong one or weak or perfect or no. Okay. Then move into the second technique, regression analysis. Here, using the information, we derive the equation. Okay. This equation represents the relationship between the independent and the dependent variable. Variables under the relationship and the equation making of the variable. It's here. Then here we derive the equation. Here we derive the equation. Using this equation, we can estimate the value of dependent variable. By independent variable values already we know. Then using the independent variable value, then we can identify, we can estimate what is the value of dependent variable. Here, this is the format of the regression equation. Here regression model. Normally we say formula is the regression model. We can apply the regression model like this. Okay, then this is the regression model. Y equal beta naught plus beta 1x. This is the regression model. Y equal beta naught plus beta 1x. It's clear? Okay, then this is the simple regression line. Simple regression line. Why? There is only one independent and one dependent in T. If the regression model consists one independent and one dependent, we call it as simple regression model. Okay, then sometimes we can construct the multiple regression model. It means it consists only one dependent, but it consists more than one independent variable. ඒක dependent එකක් වුණාට යාට බලපෑම් කරන independent variables අපි ගොඩක් ගන්නවා. At that time we call as multiple regression model. Normally in manually only we can find out the simple regression model. It's clear. Then we using the software, statistical software, then we can construct the multiple regression model. Manually we can't. Manually apply it. If we can derive the simple regression, it's clear. Then here, simple linear regression model. Your syllabus, you need to study only simple linear regression. Clear? In here, one independent and one dependent variable. The independent the dependent in the B. It's clear? Understood? Then these are the two assumptions underlying here. First one, for each value of x, there is a group of y values and these y values are normally distributed. Here, dependent variable should be normally distributed. Other one is y values are independent from each other. Y is independent variable, sorry, dependent variable. Okay, then here, then these values should be independent. y value එකට තියෙන values තියෙනවා. ඒ ඉලක්ක ඒවා එකිනෙක අතර සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙන. It's there is no relationship between the values of the dependent. Dependent variable එක separately ගත්තාම ඒවා ඒ variable එක ඇතුලේ මොකද තියෙන බෑ relationship. It's there. And then these two okay, then we can construct the simple linear regression. It's there. Under the simple linear regression model, we take the best fitted line to the given data set. The data set එකට හොඳින්ම match වෙන straight line එක තමයි මේකෙන් අපි ගන්න. Clear? Then it is defined in here. That method we call as least square method. We take the best fitting straight line to given data set. After the data set then previously we interpret the scatter plot diagram, remember? Then every scatter plot diagram there is a straight line. Then all the scatters of the same straight line we can say it's a perfect. That is the way. It's here, then using the scatter plot diagram, then we can construct the best fitted line to be given data set. It's clear that we call as LSP, least square method. Understood? Okay. Then here, this is the way we can find it. Then normally, we take, this is the scatter plot diagram. As you using the LSM method, we draw in here best fitted line. Data set straight line. It means the deviation between these points should be minimum at this time. මේ වෙලාවේදී at the variable values we අපි construct කරපු straight line එක ඇතුළේ තියෙන deviation එක හැමතිස්සෙම minimum වල විතර තමයි යන්නේ. Is there why all the time all the scatters are not on the same straight line. හැමතිස්සෙම හැම scatter එකක්ම එක straight line එකකින් ගන්න බෑනේ. Therefore we use the LSM method to get the straight line. Okay, then in here we draw the straight line at the minimum deviation. Deviation we can't do it. It's here, then we take the not the deviation, square deviation. We difference against square method minimum method. Means these square. These square. Okay, deviation method. Square is the why? Then this is the straight line now. Then deviation below these points always we take the minus sign. Here plus value. Then simplify these two. The answer is C. Remember that when we calculate the variance and the standard deviation, we take the deviation between values. Then what happens? Total value is equal to 0. Therefore, we take the square deviation. Then what happens? All are the positive values that we can add them. It's clear? These are the theory part. No need to memorize all those things. Okay? For your additional knowledge. And then how we get the simple regression model using the LSM. Least square method. Least square. We define the minimum deviation. It's there minimum square deviation. Least square method. අපි relation එකේ square එක අඩු වෙන විදිහට තමයි මේ straight line එක ගන්න. It's there that straight line is a best fitted line to the given data set. It's there, then what is a straight line? Y equal beta naught plus beta 1 is. This is the straight line. It's clear? Okay? Understood? Then we move into how we calculate the beta naught and beta 1. 2 points in here. Beta naught and beta 1. Clear? Then this is the formula. This is the equation here, regression model. Then in here hat is there and we hat එකක් තියෙනවා නේද මේකේ. ඒකේ meaning එක These two values are calculated values. If we calculate the value, then using the data set, we calculate. Then normally you know, in the mathematics subject, when we draw the straight line, what is the equation we use? Straight line එක කන්දින්න අපි use කරන equation එක මොකක්ද? my equal mx plus c. මේක use කරනවා නේද graph එකක straight line එකක් ගන්න. Same formula in here. Then here c means intercept. Antang kande intercept. It means when the y, what is the y value when x equals 0. X being when the y value is c කියලා කියනවා. Then here c is the beta naught. මේකදී අපි c වෙනකොට ලියන්නේ beta naught. Statistical notation we use in beta naught. Understood? Beta naught is what? It's an intercept. It means predicted value of y when x equals c. It means beta naught gives the predicted value of y. Y is the dependent variable. Means predicted value of dependent variable when the independent variable equal to c. Dependent variable එක කිව්ව වෙන වෙලාවට අපේ dependent variable එකේ value. We take the sales and advertising expenditure. When we calculate the beta naught, it means what is the predicted amount of sales when the advertising expenditure is equal to c. We do not spend any amount to the advertising expenditure, then we look at what is the our sales revenue. අපි advertisement කීයක් වේදම් කරන්නේ අපි බලනවා එතකොට අපේ sales revenue එක තියෙනවා. That is the meaning of the beta. It's here. Then other one is what? Beta 1. Beta 1 is the slope. Here it. මේක තමයි අපි beta 1 කියලා ලියන්නේ. Slope. Slope means when the x value, it means independent variable, is increasing by 1 unit, how many units changing in the y? Independent variable එක unit එකකින් වැඩි වෙනකොට අපි ගන්නවා y එක මොකද වෙන්නේ? එයා වැඩි වෙනවද අඩු වෙනවද කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයකද? It's clear. Beta 1 represent the amount of change we would predict in y for a 1 unit change in x. Clear? Then beta 1 means when the advertising expenditure is increased by 1 rupee. Okay, then how much change in the sales revenue? අපි advertising වලට 1 රුපියලක් වේදම් කරනකොට අපේ sales revenue එක කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයකින් වෙනස් වෙනවද? It's clear? Understood that the change is increasing or decreasing based on the sign. ඒක positive ද negative ද කියන sign එක මත තමයි ඒක depend වෙන්නේ. Understood? It's clear? Then first you note down these two formulas. Then after that, we calculate beta naught and beta. Now break we will continue. The item are such lectures. Okay. Okay. Then here using this information, here then we can write the answer for the B. We ask compute the simple regression line or question asks construct the regression model. Okay. Simple regression line where sales is the dependent variable and the advertising expense is the independent variable. Okay. Then we compute the simple regression line. Means you need to find out the beta node and beta 1. It's clear? Then moving to the then here first we find out the beta 1. Okay. Sigma xy minus nx bar y bar. Sigma x squared minus nx bar squared. And what are the values? Sigma xy 554. Okay. Then sigma xy 554 minus 8 value is 5 into 8 into 12. It's correct. X bar 8, y bar 12. Divided by sigma x squared 360 minus 5 into 8 square. Then find the beta 1. One point 85. Take your answer. Always we find out beta 1 by when we calculate the beta naught, we need to value the value of beta 1. Okay. Then calculate the beta naught. Y bar minus beta 1 x bar. 12 minus 1.85 into 8. Minus 2. And here we can write sales equal minus 2.8 plus 1.85 into advertising expenditure. It is the answer. You need to write the complete regression model. Okay, then if you know the variable name, you write it. Okay, what is y, what is the x. Yes. Then here, then we need to interpret it now. Sales revenue and the advertising expenditure is million rupees. Millions only there. Okay. Then how we interpret it? First we get the 1.85 is the beta 1 slope. Okay. Then this is the beta naught intercept. How we interpret this? Intercept 20 minus 2.8 is the predicted sales when the advertising expenditure is equal to the C. It's there, then you can write. Minus 2.8 is predicted sales when advertising expenditure is 0. Negative value means there is no any sales revenue in here. We cannot get the negative value for the sales revenue. Okay. Then the 1.85 is the beta 1 slope. It means what? When advertising expenditure is increased by rupees 1 million, sales revenue is then here increase or decrease. The value is positive, then we can write increase. It is increased by 0.85 million. Okay, now here interpretation. Okay, the interpretation is the most important thing in here. Okay. Then when we use the software, we can get the output. There is no any interpretation. Okay, then our duty is do the interpretation. Now it's here. Then we move with the last one. Last measurement. Coefficient of determination. It means in here, coefficient of determination we denoted by capital R square. Okay. Then if we know the correlation coefficient, no need to calculate the R square using the formula. R square the reason is coefficient of determination is equal to the square value of the correlation coefficient. It means coefficient of determination is R squared. That is it. It is equal to the simple R squared. It means when the R value is 0.9, coefficient of determination is 0.9 squared, 0.85. Understood? Okay. Then other thing is how we interpret the value. Okay, then here, coefficient of determination is that proportion of the total variability in the dependent variable that is accounted for by the regression equation in the independent variable. It means R squared value explained, okay, how much explained by the dependent variable. we take example sales and advertising expenditure. Then sales is our dependent variable. Then we need to find out the effect of the advertising expenditure to the sales revenue. Means then we assume R squared we take 0.81. And then normally we write it as the percentage. 81. And then it means 81% of sales revenue is explained by the advertising expense. So yeah, it gives the proportion of impact. Impact is proportion. There is a remaining 19%. It means 19% of sales revenue is explained by the other factors. This advertising expenditure is not only the factor affecting to the sales revenue. Yeah, with the sales revenue, how factors here? Is here understood? Okay, then when R squared value is 75%, it means the 75% of the dependent variable is explained by the independent variable. Here, අපි කතා කරන dependent variable එකේ කොච්චර proportion එකක් අපේ independent variable එක explain කරනවාද කියලා බලන්න. Okay, then here your R squared value is in between 0 to +1. You cannot get the greater than 1 value. Why? Normally it expresses as percentage value. The 100% is the maximum value taken. It's clear? Another thing is if the R value can be negative or positive. R here all are in the positive value. Reason is R squared is R squared value. Then we assume simple R is minus 0.9. We square it, then what happens? It becomes positive. Understood? It's clear? Then that is the meaning of the coefficient of determination. When the R squared value is close to the 1, the explained variation by the model is high. It's clear that we assume R squared is 1. R squared is 1 number. It means what? This is the only one. There is only one factor is affecting to the particular dependent variable. There factor by variation is 100%. There is no any other factor. It's clear? Okay. Then calculate the coefficient of determination of this one. You do the D part D. Calculate the coefficient of determination. It's easy now. Then you know R value is 0.996. Then here we need to find out the R squared. It means 0.996 squared. Any calculation is it? Only take the square value of the R. .8%. And then how we interpret it? Means 99.8% of sales is explained by the advertising expenditure. Okay, then in this question, the model is very high. By 99.8%, it is very closest to the one. Okay. Then we can say 99.8% of sales revenue is explained by the advertising expenditure. Clear? Then try the answer for the part C. Here ask, estimate the sales when the advertising expenditure is 15. How will you find out the sales? Advertising expenditure එක million 15ක් වෙද්දි sales revenue එක කීයද කියලා. How we get the balance? Using what? Yeah, regression model. Okay, then using the regression model. ඔයාලගේ regression model එක use කරන්න. This is your regression model. Then here you can substitute minus 2.8 plus 1.85 into 50. Right? Advertising expenditure value is now 0. And using the regression model, we can predict or estimate the value of the dependent variable. The dependent variable के value को predict कराने बोलो. $24.95 million is the sales revenue when the advertising expenditure is 50. It's clear now. Then try question number 3. We will try. Check the answers. Finish. The land value 0.967. One we take decent, our value is 0.967. Interpretation is there is a strong positive correlation between IQ level and the test. minus 42.6. By the middle one here, Tesco. Tesco is by Tesco. It is independent. It is independent. The interpretation of these two coefficient 42.68 is a minus value. It is a beta naught. No? Then it means what? Predicted test score is minus 42.68 when the IQ level is equal to the 0. Clear? Then when the IQ level is 0, this is the test score. Minus 42.68. Clear? Minus 42.68 is the predicted test score when IQ level is 0. IQ level is 0 වෙලාවේදී test score value එක තමයි a minus value එකක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. I got the answer minus 42.38. I will take the answer. Minus 42.68 is the predicted test score when IQ level is 0. Then beta 1, next one, 1.02 is the beta 1 slope. Means what? When IQ level increased by 1 unit, test score increased by 1.02. Clear? IQ level එක unit එකකින් වෙනස් වෙනකොට test score එක වෙනස් වෙනවා කොච්චරකින්ද? 1.0. It's clear? Clear? Then coefficient of determination is square value of the square of the 0.967. Last question asks what is the coefficient of the determination? Determination. Then here put the 93.53% of test score. .53% of test score is explained by the IQ level. Test score again major proportion එකක් තමයි IQ level එකකින් මත depend වෙන්නේ. The rest part is explained by the other factors. Now factors විවිධ බලපාන. Clear? Okay, now you go through it and do the question number 2. Then I will give the assignment number 2 is from this. Okay. Then one day I will upload the assignment number 2. Okay. You found the message. Assignment 1 already I uploaded. It is from the normal distribution and the summary questions. That is 2 questions for the 10 marks. Okay. Then from 3 p.m. to it will be over. Okay. Then you can submit the answer up to 30th January. Job එක දෙන්න කටියට වෙනස්. ඒ නැත්නම් උගලට එක්සෑම් ලියන්න එලිජිබල් නැති වෙනවා CA එක උගලට අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ උගලට කොලේජ් උත්තර ලියලා අපි ස්කෑන් කරගන්න ගන්න ෆොටෝ එකක් හරි කමෙන්ට් එකක් ඒක එලියමිස් නම් ඔන්ලයින් සෙමිස්ටර් දාලා බුක් එකේ ඉන්නවද? ලියන්න දෙනවා නේද? Then next one is Amma upload කරන්නේ. ඒක මම Monday upload කරනවා. ඒක ඔය ලෙස. ඒක ඔය වගේ ගන්න. All of you should submit the assignment number 1. Okay. You will do it and submit the scanned document to the LMS.